The first thing I'm making are these Crispbread pizzas. They're so easy and delicious. I'm using these gluten-free ones from the store. You can just go to Whole Foods and you'll be able to find some kind if you don't live near Trader Joe's. I like ones that are really high in fiber so that the fiber basically cancels out the net carbs, and fiber will help keep you fuller longer as well and just keeps you regular. I'm using some Rouse tomato sauce here. I love Rouse. It's a very clean tomato sauce. You want to look for one that doesn't have sugar. I've also done this with pesto, and that is delish as well. It's really fresh. And then I'm adding on some cashew cheese that I picked up at Whole Foods because it was just easier to pick it up there. You can also make your own. I've made it tons of times, and I'm going to leave my recipe in the description box. I popped that in the oven at 400 for about 10 minutes, and then I put some spinach on the top. You can put whatever kind of herbs and toppings you like on pizza on this, and then you just bake it for 10 minutes at 400. They're good to go and full of fiber. Next up, I'm making a skillet bake, which is a great meal that you can have leftovers of. I'm using a purple sweet potato here, which I love because it's tons of antioxidants in it, which is going to fight free radicals, lots of fiber, plus look at that purple color. And it also helps to decrease your blood pressure, and that is because it's rich in chlorogenic acid, and that helps to lower your blood pressure, and we definitely don't want high blood pressure. Chopping that into little cubes, and you want to make sure that they're fairly even so that they all cook consistently. I'm taking my skillet and I'm using some avocado oil because it has a higher smoke point, and I'm adding in my sweet potatoes just to cook them a bit before we bake everything. I'm putting on some garlic powder for seasoning. I love that. And also some ZA'ATAR, which is like one of my new favorite spices. It's hard to describe, but if you Google it, you'll kind of know it's a Middle Eastern spice. It tastes really good on potatoes. While those are cooking up for a little bit, I'm using some zucchini and I'm chopping that up. I love zucchini. It's high in antioxidants as well, and vitamin C, super hydrating. And I basically just use whatever vegetables are on sale or the ones that are my favorite or in the fridge to basically make a skillet with. So you can substitute either of these for whichever ones you like. After I've browned the sweet potatoes, they take about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, take those off, and then you want to do the zucchini and a little bit of that, and then add them all back in before we bake it. So cook the sweet potato for about 5 minutes, zucchini for about 5 minutes, and then add them both together and stir them up. And then I made little wells inside, and I'm going to be putting in 4 eggs, and then I baked that off for another 10 minutes until the eggs were cooked. And that was it. This is super easy to make, even for a group of people. And lastly, I'm making cauliflower Alfredo. And guys, this was so good. So I'm using some frozen cauliflower. You can use fresh, and I put that on a pan to boil. I'm chopping up some mushrooms because I feel like that gives it a nice meaty kind of flavor without putting any kind of meat in it. And it kind of, I feel like there's just always mushrooms in Alfredo. Once you have your cauliflower that's cooked until it's like soft, you can put a fork through it and it's soft. I'm gonna put it into a blender, which is also my food processor. So either will work here, whichever one you have. I'm adding in a big spoonful of garlic, it's probably about a clove, and a splash of almond milk so that we can blend that up and get it nice and creamy. And I'm also going to be adding in a tablespoon of coconut oil. It gives it really nice healthy fats, and because the sauce is made out of cauliflower, this is also going to help like satiate you, because if you just had cauliflower, you may not feel satisfied after, but the fats really help with that. A little bit of Himalayan salt, and then putting the mushrooms into the pan so that we can cook those off as well. And then I'm going to be using these konjac noodles. You guys have seen me use these before. I love them. They're super high in fiber, gluten-free, but you can use whichever ones you like. I just like these because they taste really good, especially with the sauce. They're gluten-free and high in fiber, and I'm a big fan of fiber. I put the sauce on it and mix it up, and it's just so delicious and so easy. You can definitely make this sauce in advance, double or triple the recipe, and then have it all week long. You can have this with zoodles, butternut squash noodles, sweet potato noodles, but it's just a deliciously warm, comforting dish full of healthy vegetables too. You don't even realize. We've got some mushrooms and some meatiness, so the flavor is just so delicious. I highly recommend this one. I've been in love with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me any requests you have for recipes you want me to make down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.